Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Saturday, December 18, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Utah Jazz vs Memphis Grizzlies. The Utah Jazz have been playing well to begin this season as they are 4th in the Western Conference with a 30-19 record. They are being led by shooting guard Donovan Mitchell so far, and that is going to help them progress throughout the regular season. They are coming off a 105-97 home loss against the Phoenix Suns. The biggest problem that popped up was the fact they allowed the Aggies to shoot 55% from beyond the arc throughout the game. Memphis is already the best rebounding team in the league, but they're going to completely dominate on the boards with no Rudy Gobert down low. Not only are they going to dominate on the boards, but they'll also be more aggressive when attacking the rim. Gobert's absence as the Jazz's best rim defender is going to create all sorts of problems for a Jazz team that previously had little to worry about in the paint area. Donovan Mitchell potentially being out again puts tremendous pressure on Jordan Clarkson and Bojan Bogdanovic to lead the way offensively against a Grizzlies team that's consistently making plays on the defensive end of the floor. Ja Morant is a spectacle on the court, and he'll continue to show why against a Jazz team that's shorthanded and helpless right now. The Grizzlies are simply the better team on both ends of the floor than the banged-up Jazz. Who would have thought we'd be saying that at the beginning of the season? Our first betting pick will be Memphis Grizzlies to cover the spread. No Rudy Gobert, possibly no Donovan Mitchell, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. The Grizzlies have been one of the hotter teams in the league. However, they need to show more consistency. They're 3-3 in their last 6 games after having their 11-game winning streak snapped. Ja Morant exploded for 41 points in the team's 118-110 win over the San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday. The Jazz are slipping defensively, and they won't have their primary rim enforcer in the lineup. Morant and company should be in full-blown attack mode. The big buckets enamor people the most, but I can't help but be blown away by the Grizzlies' defensive efforts as well. They're forcing the 5th most turnovers in the league and leading every other team with an average of 6.4 blocks per game. It's a hard-nosed team that plays tough on both ends of the floor. They should give the Jazz all sorts of problems in this matchup. Our second betting pick will be under 224. Indiana Pacers vs Oklahoma City Thunder. Indiana went 2-3 on its 5-game road trip, falling 117-113 on Monday night to the New Orleans Pelicans. The Wednesday home contest versus Charlotte is merely a stopover, as the Pacers' next 2 games will be on the road. The Pacers gave up a season-high 66 points in the paint to Phoenix on Saturday. 2 nights later, they yielded 64 points in the paint to New Orleans. On Wednesday, Charlotte dropped a staggering 158 points on them. While it seems like Domantas Sabonis could return to the Pacers as early as this weekend, don't expect him back for Friday's game in Oklahoma City. The Pacers have dropped 3 in a row and 7 of their last 9 games. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City is 14-33, but it has actually gone 14-7-2 against the spread at home, including 5-3-2 against the spread over its last 10 games. Oklahoma City had a late comeback effort fall short in a 111-110 loss to the Chicago Bulls on Monday night. The Bulls led by 28 points in the third quarter, but the Thunder had a chance to tie it in the closing seconds. Oklahoma City's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander missed a 3-pointer that would have evened the score with 2.3 seconds to play. Our first betting pick will be Oklahoma City Thunder to win. While the Thunder might not be seen as traditional buyers at the trade deadline, it wouldn't be a surprise to see the OKC front office remain active on the trade front. Not only are the Thunder loaded with draft capital, but they also have a few viable starters that could be packaged in a deal. One of the trade targets that has been associated with the Thunder has been Atlanta Hawks forward John Collins. Reportedly disgruntled about his role, Collins is one of the main candidates to be moved at the trade deadline. Any deal involving Collins would likely be centered around Dort, a starting caliber 3-and-D player. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Thunder come into this matchup number 27 in the NBA with an adjusted -7.2 net rating. They rank dead last in the NBA in offensive efficiency with an adjusted 102.2 rating, but 12th on defense with an adjusted 109.4 mark. Our second betting pick will be over 215. Chicago Bulls vs San Antonio Spurs. The Bulls lost 5 of their previous 6 games going into Monday's visit to Oklahoma City. Zach Lavin scored 23 points, playing for the first time since sustaining a left knee injury minutes into the January 14 blowout loss at Golden State, and a career offensive night from Ayo Dosunmu powered Chicago to the win. They followed that win up with a victory at home against the Raptors. San Antonio comes into this game as slim 1.5-point underdogs at home in this game. With that being said, that number seems way too low here against a Bulls team that hasn't gotten enough respect this season. Despite dropping 5 consecutive road games, the Bulls still come into this contest with a winning record away from home. San Antonio shot a season-best 57.4% and scored 82 points in the paint, the most for any NBA team this season in their last victory against the Rockets. The Spurs were a perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line, with all of those shots coming in the first half. San Antonio coach Greg Popovich liked the way his team bounced back after dropping 2 straight games at home, most recently to Philadelphia on Sunday. Our first betting pick will be Chicago Bulls minus 1.5. While San Antonio doesn't have a lot of trade chips, there are a few players drawing interest at the trade deadline. Most NBA executives believe that veteran Thaddeus Young will be on the move, but Portland backup point guard Derek White have also had their names swirling in the rumor mill of late. White has recently gotten the attention of the Atlanta Hawks, who could be a target in a potential swap for forward John Collins, per Real GM. According to dunksandthrees.com, the Spurs are among the teams that have been playing better than their overall record might suggest. San Antonio comes in with an 18-31 overall record in 49 games, but it ranks 18th in the league, with an adjusted minus 0.1 net rating. The Spurs sport an adjusted 110.8 offensive rating, 16th in the NBA, along with an adjusted 111.0 mark on the defensive end of the floor, good for 19th in the league. The Bulls are among the Eastern Conference teams expected to be buyers at February's trade deadline. Chicago could use an addition to put it over the hump against the NBA's elite. In need of long, versatile defenders, Harrison Barnes, Jerami Grant, and Larry Nance Jr. have been some of the names tossed around as potential trade deadline targets for Chicago. According to dunksandthrees.com, Chicago sports an adjusted plus 1.1 net rating, which ranks 14th in the NBA. The Bulls rank 8th in the league with an adjusted 111.9 offensive rating and 18th on defense with an adjusted 110.8 mark. Our second betting pick will be over 228. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.